Your output should include these exact video captions.
It's slick tonight. Good thing I'm wearing the quiet shoes. The city never sleeps. Just hides things in the puddles. Huh. That's my signal. They want the truth? I'm on my way.
Pull up team, assemble.
We don't run, we pull up. Where it all comes together. Every receipt, every message, every dollar. Each one a point on the line. Watch how they connect. Follow the money and the picture clears. And at the end of the trail, that's the truth.
Receipt pulled, breaking it down. Evidence loaded. Now we know. Let's pull up, team.
They love to talk. I move on proof. Show me the receipts. The squad behind me, fact check everything. No cap, just facts. Pull up.
Time to clear the air.
Your truth is just a race.
And listen close. We got the receipts.
That won't save you.
Truth versus deception, and we don't lose.
Team, time to end this. Truth stream pop!
Being locked.
Let's shut him down. Take this! He's freaking apart! Receipts don't lie.
Numbers tell one story. A seat like this tells another. It's not just gold and weight. It's decisions. Every word counts up here.
Your receipt leaves a mark. Every document has a fingerprint. Follow the numbers long enough and the story writes itself. The trail doesn't lie.
Stay tight.
Shoot data, fire! Launch it!
Pull up, team. The city's ours tonight.
Let's go!
Look at him roar.
Let it go!
Baby, victory.
Bar just hit 100. Hold steady. Here comes the truth.
Truth incoming.
Clearing up. Step in.
Identity confirmed.
That's our guy. We pulled the curtain tonight.
Hustling.
Bank trail locked. Receipts flagged.
Here we go.
The breakdown begins.
Corruption sequence initiated. Not today.
Everyone, right? Truth data form.
Pull up, team, go! Feel the truth!
Truth counterattack activated. Last receipt. Truth over everything. Case closed. Truth wins.
Peace, peace. It's your boy KKC, and we're back like your right shoulder blade. We never left. Shout out to the pull-up team. Everybody that's in the chat right now. You are tuned into another episode of the Receipt Show with your boy KKC. As we get ready to talk about AI soldiers or humanoid robots about to change warfare forever. Oh man, make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel for more content. And I need you to join the pull-up team. Anonymous, who said they are up in the clouds tonight. We got the beautiful Bernice in the house, and we got you two up in the clouds tonight. Listen, we are going to get into soldier versus robots. Robots taking over humanity. Now, I promise you, we're not going to be here long tonight, but we are going to talk about how our society has changed or is changing. And it's just like when the internet was first introduced to society. Now that AI and artificial intelligence and robots and whatnot, technology has advanced so far, we will never be the same again. Technology is always going to be a part of what we got going on. So the first thing that I want us to discuss is how is humanity being shaped by AI? Now, if you work a 9 to 5 job, I'm pretty sure by now you have been told in some shape, form, or fashion that your job could very well be in jeopardy when it comes to AI and artificial intelligence being placed in robots. There's a list of jobs that were placed on the alert list, 11 jobs to be exact. And the jobs come from the consensus among many experts. They're saying that a number of professions and job tasks will be totally automated in the next 5 to 10 years and beyond. So, job number 1, customer service. If you are frontline customer service, someone calls in to a call center, they have an issue before they are transferred to billing or to a supervisor. You are the frontline representative that may be able to resolve their problem. Now, anytime you take a call, that call is being monitored for quality training purposes, specifically quality, making sure that you are following the roadmap or whatever checks and balances the company has given you to follow to assist the customer. Those numbers add up and tell a story on whether or not a company's employees are really, or it's not employees, but a company's customers are being taken care of by the employees. Now, they don't have to worry about AI filling a call or getting irritated with a customer because the customer is irate or anything like that. The customer service role is becoming more automated as tools like chatbots and virtual assistants handle a broader range of customer inquiries and requests. Advancements like self-checkouts also make human workers less relevant in settings like grocery stores, reducing the number of jobs within customer service industries. And so at your local grocery store, I'm pretty sure that you know about self-checkout. That's something that a lot of people go ahead and get into. Let me just go through the self-checkout line. And it's fast, it's convenient. I don't have to worry about, the store clerk trying to upsell me. I don't have to worry about any of that. But the thing is, when you do not interact with the person that's doing the checkout, when you feel like you want to go through self-checkout to avoid the clerk, well, you are assisting the company and making the decision on whether or not they need to keep that position in the hands of a human or maybe in the hands of a robot. Self-checkout is simple, it's easy, it's right to the point. Shout out to Cindy Scott. You go to Target, you get some baking soda. You're like, okay, I don't want to take my baking soda through the line. Let me just go through self-checkout. Well, when you do that, you automatically put yourself in a position to where you would rather deal with a robot rather than human interaction. Even though you may not be saying that yourself, you are taking a job that someone else is doing or is getting paid to do, and you're pretty much saying, you know what, I'll do it myself. Now, the store is not paying you when you decide to do self-checkout. But with you not wanting to have human-to-human interaction, that helps with the decision on customer service representatives, especially in grocery stores. And not just in grocery stores. They have self-checkout in McDonald's. You can go to fast food chains and you can get self-checkout. You don't have to go to the counter and place an order with an employee anymore. Hold on. Let's see if I can pull up a video showing what I'm talking about. For those that may not know about the fast food self-checkout, check this out. You have a self-checkout at Taco Bell. Now, you know, what they I don't even know if they have the same things on their menu. But check this out. If you want to do self-checkout, you don't have to go to an employee. Just go straight to a kiosk, place your order, and you're out of there. Now, the problem is, even though this is easy and this is convenient, you are taking away from somebody's job. This has been done for so long. Companies have gotten to the point to where it's like, why do we even need a person at the front counter? Why do we even need someone fixing the food in the back when we can have a robot that can dispense the amount of cheese to the taco, the right amount of lettuce, the right amount of grade B meat, if they still use that. There's no more wasting the product. There's no more live streaming what goes on behind the counter. They don't have to worry about robots doing that, making it less of a liability for a company to have employees. So when you go into an establishment and they have self-checkout as an option and you decide to go through with self-checkout, just know that you are assisting them with their decision of switching humanity from human to human interaction to human to robot interaction. Now, again, number one was customer service. Now, number two, the number two job that is definitely threatened by AI is cars and truck drivers. Now, improvements in the autonomous vehicles reduce the need for human drivers, impacting those in both the taxi and rideshare industries. In fact, Uber has partnered with self-driving car companies like Waymo and Aurora to give its riders more options, potentially setting up a conflict with its human drivers. Now, listen, I take shout out to Asia Battle. Welcome to the show. Deacon and chat. Yes, thank you so much for coming, Asia. Shout out to Dr. Sebi in the house. Thank you so much for tuning in. I want to, thank everyone for tuning in right now. If you are just now tuning in, welcome to the Receipt Show. We are talking about AI. We haven't gotten to the AI soldiers, but we are talking about our humanoid robots about to change warfare forever. And we're starting off with just day-to-day tasks, day-to-day jobs. Okay. Now, there is a list of jobs that they have put together that these jobs are threatened by AI. Number one was customer service, and now number two is cars and truck drivers. Now, I take Lyft and I take Uber a lot of places because I get a discount. Now, anytime I need to go anywhere within in my city, I get a discount because of my disability, and I'm thankful for that. But I fear that one day I'm going to call for Uber and a car is going to pull up to my residence, and that car is going to have a is going to be driverless. And the problem with that is I don't know how I feel about, I do know how I feel. I don't want to get in a car when out of driver. That is messing with my psyche right now as we speak. Getting into a vehicle, knowing how crazy people drive out here very badly. I don't know. I wouldn't get in. I wouldn't get in because I have so many questions. Like, what happens if the driverless car decides it wants to just go speeding down the road? It just want to malfunction with me in the vehicle. What happens with I'm doomed. I'm doomed. And I just don't think that's anything that I want to concern myself with. Not only that, I'll do you one even better. Let's take a look at a news clip of one of the Waymo cars. Driverless cars.
A Waymo.
They turned.
Oh, wow. All right. So this video was taken Friday in Arizona. Two women say that they were driving when a Waymo car came into their lane after it made a turn. The women say that they were worried about a head-on collision, so they got out of the way. They say the driverless car just kept going.
If a person made that mistake where it's like they're driving down the wrong side of the road, I don't think you should have your license, That's the thing. Like if you pull a Waymo over, like odds are there's probably not going to be a driver in it. So it's like who is held accountable for those individual mistakes?
In a statement, Waymo says the vehicle had to reroute its course because of a traffic light change, and that vehicle safely cleared the intersection. Waymo says it is always working to refine its systems and improve safety.
So it's pretty much saying that these robots can drive any type of way they want to, and they won't get a ticket. Again, it's if you go down the wrong way of a busy intersection, you go the wrong way at all, you're getting pulled over. You're getting pulled over, and heaven forbid you don't have insurance and all that. That you finna pay all type of fines. But we are in this era of life. It's not that we're heading into this era. We're here. We're here now where you could call for rideshare services and this vehicle could pull up to you, and next thing you know, you are headed down the wrong way. Job number 3, software engineer and computer programmer. Now, generative AI tools like ChatGPT and Gemini have raised questions about whether AI will replace writing heavy jobs. While human language requires much more creativity and nuance, programming consists of more structured, straightforward language. ChatGPT can already be used to write code, so entry-level programming jobs may see reduction. Now, A CEO even believes AI will be able to write essentially all code for software engineers by 2026. That's in a few days. In a few days, they are saying that software engineers, your jobs are in danger. Your jobs are in danger. Now, listen, I don't know anything about computer programming and any of that, but I can say that I do use Chat GPT and I use AI tools to help build this channel. And so it still has its flaws, but just today, here's a video clip that I created
Your
today.
output should include these exact video captions.
See, that's pretty cool. Now, because AI is able to do things like that, people that spend time going to school, learning how to do, computer software and putting together Pixar movies and things like that, their jobs are now threatened just because somebody can put in a prompt and boom, string these clips together and have a whole movie. So AI is changing the way software engineer and computer programmers are doing their job. Now, number 4, research analysts. Research-centric positions like market research analysts and financial analysts can be performed, at least to a degree, by AI. Machine learning has the ability to process large volumes of data, detect patterns, and organize its findings into convenient visuals. This makes AI ideal for quickly delivering industry insights to teams without the need for human intervention. And so data entry specialists, people that like to do sports betting, I'll just use that for an example. People that like to do sports betting, they would be able to hire someone that could research the numbers and data all day, and they could hire them for like just a few dollars. I'm trying to think of the word that it's called. It's like it's something dealing with automation, offline automation, something weird. But now you don't have to get someone to do that research for you. You just type it into Chat GPT or whichever software you're using, and boom, you got everything that you need. Your numbers, the layout, the highs and lows, the over and under, whatever the case may be. Even with what we're getting into with number 5, paralegals. Many administrative tasks completed by paralegals are within the range of AI's capabilities. With its ability to process massive amounts of complex data, AI can write legal reports, gather facts for a case, sort through documents, and conduct legal research. This promises greater efficiency for legal firms, perhaps one day rendering the paralegal role obsolete. Don't you know that if you want to petition the court, you can ask ChatGPT to draft you up a petition, depending on what you're trying to petition the court for? Anything. Dr. Sebi said they made a AI Dr. Sebi movie. It's bad. I'm pretty sure they did, man. And so the thing is, every job down to, again, paralegals are threatened. Data entry can be kept up Files can be created in a blink of an eye. The most complicated problem was solved in like a few minutes when research showed that it took years to solve. Why should I have to pay someone to sit at a desk and tell me that they want to make X amount of dollars an hour because they went to school for X amount of years, when AI didn't go to school at all, but it has the same amount of knowledge and more, and can be more efficient, and it does not negotiate pay, and can do the work all night long. As a matter of fact, the next the next job, number 6, factory or warehouse workers, there are robots already in factories that work 6 days a week for 12 hours. Let me look that up. I want to make sure I'm saying that correct. Robots work is 6 hours or 6 days a week, excuse me. 6 days. I just don't know the warehouse or factory. All right, so let's see what it says. And I just want to know what, let's see what factory has. Here it goes. I found what I was looking for. I found what I was looking for. Hold on, y'all. It's loading. Because even warehouse doing everyone's job. Let me see if I can. All right. Let's have. This is a robot that has been working 10 hours a day for 5 months on BMW's production line, the company says. This is 7 weeks ago. And it says humanoid robot has been working 10 hours a day for 5 months on BMW's production line, the company says. BMW confirmed that one of its humanoid robots has been clocking full 10-hour shifts for the last 5 months, assembling parts, adapting to real-time factory changes, and collaborating directly with human workers. The robot performs repetitive tasks with flawless precision, boosting efficiency and reducing strain on employees. Engineers say it learns on the job, adjusting speed, movement, and pressure like a trained technician. This marks a turning point in industrial automation, where humanoids are no longer experiments but actual members of the workforce. The factory of the future that says the robot, this is it for you guys to see. The robot learns as it goes, and then it downloads what it has learned and the other robots that are not just in this factory but are in other factories learn the same information that the robot that like this robot just learned. And so when we get into jobs that are threatened by AI and that are threatened by artificial intelligence, factory and warehouse workers, AI powers lots of machines in factories, performing many actions with greater speed and consistency than humans. Additionally, machine vision enables AI powered machines and warehouses to retrieve goods and navigate their surroundings, making logistics providers less dependent on human warehouse workers. You have financial trader, you have travel advisors, content writers, graphic designers, and then you have data entry clerks for the last 5 jobs that are threatened. Now, there are jobs that they're saying AI won't replace, but this debatable in my eyes. You got teachers. They're saying AI powered tools have made gains in the classroom, guiding small group interactions and helping children grow their social emotional skills. But AI can't build the trust and intimacy that human teachers are able to have with their students. Human teachers may also be more equipped to resolve arguments, reach out to students, parents, and handle other complex social interactions. Now, they're trying to say just because, you know, AI doesn't identify with human emotions, you know, they may not be able to take over a teaching job, if you will. And like I said, that's all debatable. And so one of the reasons, let's see, hold on. Trying to find okay. Let me look it up. I thought I saved it. All right. So let's go to news. And let's go to this article, Interesting Engineering from September 26, 2025. I want you guys to look at this with me. Even though they say that AI may not take over teaching jobs and, you know, robots don't have the emotional capacity, well, Chinese tech firm is allegedly working on the world's first gestation robot. The innovation uses artificial amniotic fluid and nutrient delivery via hose, replicating natural gestation, now to be integrated into humanoid robots. A Chinese tech firm is racing to deliver what could be the world's first gestation robot. The idea from Kawa technology based in Guangzhou, I don't know how to say it, involves a humanoid designed with a artificial womb embedded in its abdomen, intended to carry a fetus through 10 months of gestation and deliver a baby according to Chinese media outlets. Slated for debut by 2026. I tell you, in the next few weeks, this world is about to get weirder and expected to sell for under 100,000 won, around $13,900. The robot aims to offer a pregnancy alternative for those who wish to avoid the burdens of human gestation. The announcement has triggered intense public discourse, from ethical unease to hopeful possibilities for the infertile. Recently, researchers introduced GEAIR, the world's first AI-powered breeding robot capable of autonomous shorten cycles and boost efficiency. Did y'all recently Chinese researchers introduced Gear, the world's first AI powered breeding robot? And cross-pollination. Robots. Humanoid birth machine. The bold vision of a humanoid surrogate pregnancy robot was presented at the 2025 World Robot Conference in Beijing by Zhang Quifeng, founder of Yangtze. Dr. Zhang claimed the technology is already mature and laboratory settings and now needs integration into a humanoid form to enable real human robot interaction during pregnancy. According to pregnancy robot will be ready within a year, priced at under $13,900. On the topic of ethical and legal considerations, he said discussions have already been held with authorities in Guangdong province, and related proposals have been submitted as part of ongoing policy and legislative deliberations, reports Joseph. Artificial wombs have shown promising results in animal studies. In 2017, researchers at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, equivalent to 23 weeks of human pregnancy in a bio bag, a transparent vinyl sac filled with warm saline-based artificial amniotic fluid. Nutrients were delivered via a tube attached to the umbilical cord, allowing the lamb to grow wool within 4 weeks, according to Chosen Biz. However, current artificial wombs function more like neonatal incubators, supporting life only after partial gestation. For Dr. Zhang's concept to work, the technology must advance to support fertilization, implementation, and full-term pregnancy. Details he did not disclose, leaving questions about the scientific, ethical, and legal challenges ahead. Another notable development showcased at the 2025 World Robot Conference is the world's first AI-powered breeding robot integrating artificial intelligence and biotechnology to revolutionize crop breeding. Led researchers at the Institute of Genetics and Developmental Biology, Chinese Academy of Sciences, the team used gene editing to create male sterile flowers, enabling the robot to produce hybrid seeds efficiently. Combined with advanced methods like de novo domestication and speed breeding, Gear forms the world's first intelligent robotic breeding factory, capable of rapidly generating high-quality plant varieties. Gear has already been applied to develop a male sterile soybean system, potentially boosting China's hybrid breeding capacity and crop yields. Zhu noted that the project establishes a closed-loop system for intelligent, fully autonomous robotic breeding, pioneering AI-driven agriculture. According to researchers with biotechnology as the foundation, AI is the driver and robotics as the operator. The innovation demonstrates China's leading role in merging AI with biological breeding. So they won't go into teaching just yet, but they're gearing up because they're first learning how to be parents. AI is about to start having children. And then you got to ask yourself, who is going to be impregnating these machines? Well, there's necrophilia, which is the sexual desire for a corpse, if you will, or a dead body. And I always said people that would buy these sex dolls and do whatever they can do under the sun to them would get something like this and get it for sexual pleasure. And if you think this is not about to happen, movies like The Matrix showed us, like when they showed all of those people that was in incubators, and he was like, how did they get there? And they was in that amniotic fluid, and they was connected to the pipe that hose. This is that. This is the Matrix. This we're here. Don't you understand? They started working on this year. It's going to be ready next year. Okay. So again, we have jobs that AI will not replace. So they said number one is a teacher. Now, number two, they're saying nurse. Simple healthcare tasks like transporting medical supplies and retrieving patient data may fall to artificial intelligence. It's the face-to-face interactions where a human touch is essential, providing bedside care, having hard conversations with families. And, you know, the thing is, even though they're saying, you know, a nurse may not be, you know, that position may not be given to AI, we can go ahead and take a look at the nanobite technology that is supposed to heal you But I've talked about that. So let me do this. No, a robot may not be a nurse. Maybe that is reach. But one thing we can say is that AI is heavy in medicine already. Again, I use the example of nanotechnology, but I'm about to pull up an article that's going to show you that it's not just nanotechnology. Robots are helping the blind to see. Did you know that? Well, if you didn't know that, let's take a look at that real quick. This is a new one, y'all. Give me 1 second. Let me get it all set up so we can watch it. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This is, fair use. Robotic eyes. It's crazy. All right. Make sure you guys can hear it. You can. All right, here we go, y'all.
High-tech bionic eyes may sound like science fiction, but they're a real technology that's helping blind people see again. I'll break down how bionic eyes are already transforming people's lives and their mind-blowing potential future applications. But first of all, what is a bionic eye? These are electrical implants that are surgically inserted into someone's eye or brain, usually to restore vision in people with serious...
And check this out. Just look at this.
High-tech bionic eyes may sound like science fiction, but they're a real technology that's helping blind people see again. I'll break down how bionic eyes are already transforming people's lives and their mind-blowing potential future applications. But first of all, what is a bionic eye? They're not a miracle cure that gives you perfect vision, though. Power of your eyes to correct for vision errors. Bionic eyes bypass damaged parts of the eye. They electronically stimulate parts of the visual system that still work, like functional external camera, often mounted on glasses, a transmitter that turns the images from the camera into wireless signals, and electrodes implanted into the person's retina or visual cortex.
Turning people into for real humanoids. Because I don't want to play the whole video, but you can take a look at robotic eyes helping the blind see again. And so again, they may not be taking over the doctor's or nurse's position. I'll give you that. But they are already in medicine. You are the instead of the nurse or the doctor, and I still would argue eventually they're going to create, it's going to happen. You eventually will have robotic nurses and doctors. Why? Because if they're successful at successfully growing a person from a robot, that's not a human. First of all, I don't care if you take a human and you impregnate a robot, whatever comes from that is not human, man. I'll down that hill. I will pass on that hill for real. If they make it to where a person can, a man can impregnate a robot whatever comes from that is not human. And because of that, that thing would not need human to human. It wouldn't need a human interaction. So a robot could tend to that, whatever it would be. And the fact that we are even having this conversation, it just shows you how far we've come in technology. Coming up, soldier versus robot. Robots taking over humanity. They are, folks. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's here. And I just want you to know that if you thought that robots getting pregnant and robots taking your job was crazy, well, you ain't seen nothing yet. You are tuned in to the Receipt Show with your boy KKC.
Catch her on a beat.
Talk about the next level of this robot situation, because it's not just the house-made robots that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with humanoid robots that are going to be specifically designed to be dangerous.
Now, I want to make sure that I am perfectly, clear. I know some people don't like where we're headed in the world of technology, but we are here. We are here. And if robots are being trained to take over jobs, that's not all that they're being trained to do. In this video we're watching, we are learning or about to learn about how robots are going to be used as a line of defense. I would even argue that we are going to see robots in sports entertainment. I believe that it's going to come a time when they are successful in breeding, if you will, a robot, and that robot person grows up and joins the NFL, and that robot person, they can deliver the brutal hits, the type of hits that we saw in the video game Blitz. Now, just like he said, I want you guys to pay attention to this video because we have another video that we're going to get into right after this. Let's go.
We got to talk about the next level of this robot situation, because it's not just the house-made robots that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with humanoid robots that are going to be specifically designed to be dangerous. Okay, world's most powerful humanoid robot.
Look at this.
This is Superman landing with flare. Just the house.
Are you seeing the acrobatics?
Robots that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with humanoid robots that are going to be specifically designed to be dangerous. Okay, world's most powerful humanoid robot aces Superman landing with flare. And boy,
you buy one of these robotic machines and it gets the download to do a backwards somersault Superman land finish kick, and you decide to come home and think you gonna push your humanoid robot around, and it hauls off and does this.
Does it? So let's take a look at this. I mean, this thing jumps and lands like how I wish I could in my dreams, and it's done perfectly. And I'm just, as somebody who grew up in the 90s fantasizing about sci-fi world in the future, I'm just stunned that we're here now, and I'm waiting for the Jetsons to show up. You can actually see how this thing just flips in the air backwards and lands with like a movie ending pose. And it's like, wow, that's wild. But now think about this robot being.
Did you see how it somersault? Okay. All right. Because I know a lot of people would be like, I don't know, KKC. Because AI does a great job of fooling the people. So with that being said, let's take a look at this real quick.
Lines of Ukraine, high-tech drones are being used for surveillance technology that could one day revolutionize the battlefield. A San Francisco-based startup is developing the Phantom MK1. It's 5 feet 9 inches tall, 175 pounds, and it can carry up to 44 pounds in weight.
5 feet 9 inches tall. I'm 5'10". It's 195. I'm 173.
It is a humanoid robot that the company says could one day fight in the place of humans. News Nation's Nancy exclusive. Nancy.
Now, I wanted to show you this because again, some people will take the videos and we're jumping back and forth between videos so that you can see in real time that this isn't, a joke. This is for real, that these people
being trained.
Hold on.
The AI itself, self-learning to be dangerous. They'll obviously introduce it through law enforcement. And this here, China unveils the T-800, a full-size humanoid robot built for combat. Built for combat. And listen, like we talked about how China treats the Uyghur Muslims last week and how it's literally just a terrible situation. It's not like they have the best code of ethics, right? When they have this at their disposal, I could just hope that it only lasts like typical quality coming out of China lasts. Because like, my kids' toys are built to last all of 15 minutes and they fall apart. And I'm like, well, that was worth the $50. Great. So I'm hoping that these AI robots coming out of China that are built for combat, I'm really hoping that they fall apart fairly quickly. But this is where we're at.
This is where we are, people. This is where we are. Check this out one more time.
We got to talk about the next level of this robot situation, because it's not just the house-made robots that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with humanoid robots that are going to be specifically designed to be dangerous.
All right. Now, we can go back into this video.
This sounds like something out of a Hollywood movie, but this is real life.
Definitely real, Elizabeth. There are currently about 24 companies working to develop humanoid robots, and all of the major players have pledged not to weaponize their products. But in a News Nation exclusive, we got to drop in on Foundation Robotics, the only company that's purposely building humanoid for war and national defense.
Here we go.
How hard is it to create this?
So you are getting the first looks at the humanoid robot of the future. Of course, you know, even when the cell phone first came out, it evolved over time to what we have today. So these humanoid robots that they're, you know, bringing out and they are introducing as these are going to be the war machines. These are going to evolve to what I would say one day will be like a human-like soldier or a Terminator, if you will, eventually. So let's get into this, man.
This is harder than building a car. Yeah.
Sanket Patak is the co-founder and CEO of Foundation, creator of Phantom, a humanoid robot that may one day be the first line of defense on the battlefield. The goal is to spare the lives of humans during war.
How would Phantom be lethal?
I think initial first set of use cases would be a whole lot of let's create these things to be ground drones. And just like how with air drones, over time you also weaponize them. Initially to be the first line of defense, then to actually be the first line of offense when needed.
Foundation aims to build 10,000 humanoid robots next year, but they won't be fully autonomous.
Even if you look at most autonomous weapons that US uses today, most of them have behind the scenes a human operator that is looking at everything. The pieces that AI has really been able to help flag things, chart paths and trajectories, get there in the most efficient way. But you still need a human to make the final judgment to either fire a weapon or not.
It's a fairly crowded race to create humanoids for mass production, not just for war, but mainly for use in manufacturing or service. Armies of Tesla's Optimus robots are expected to play major roles in future vehicle production.
These things, it's a race worldwide to have these machines. And this is why, you know, if you ever wonder, like, why they just won't stop? Why don't they just stop trying to advance and let it be where it is? It's because it's a race. And somebody is trying to be the first one to create. Just like someone wants to create one for good, someone wants to create one for destruction. And it's a race.
Morgan Stanley predicts major adoption of humanoids by the late 2030s and the overall market to top $5 trillion by 2050. A healthy chunk of that will likely be humanoids for war. As future versions of Phantom, Patak says it might be faster, stronger, and weaponized to be deadlier.
With him, our goal is to build out the most capable and rugged humanoid because, to your point, we want to deploy it in pretty extreme surroundings.
While China has been racing to show off humanoids, Patak says the U.S. is also a front.
Pretty neck to neck.
My whole thing is the people that show the content where they're like, you know, the robots are not going to take over humanity. Look at this. They're kicking them over or they pushing them over. Understand that this is the level of technology the government allows us to have on our civilian level. You understand, there are machines in their possession that if they deployed, you wouldn't be able to kick them over. Understand that every time the society receives a new level of technology, that technology was in the hands of the government for years before they released any of it to the public. So by the time it's released, it has been redefined, advanced over and over again to a level you wouldn't even understand. So the robots that you're able to buy right now understand those are the dumbed down versions of what they really have in their possession. And by the time they give us whatever it is, or give us access to whatever it is that they have in their possession, man, it's going to be something crazy. Now, we could take a deeper dive into this biblically, because understand, not getting too spiritual in this episode, but the fallen and the quote unquote demons, if you will, they need a vessel, they need an instrument, if you will. So these soulless machines that they're putting out here, oh man, maybe we're gonna have to say that talk for another night. But this is getting out. It's not even out of hand. This is where we are.
We are behind on manufacturing.
Are you saying then that the future of warfare, when it comes to ground battles, we're going to see basically battle bots?
I think future of warfare is real life video games. So air, land, sea, all of them would be autonomous. In next 10 years, likely scenario is you start seeing a lot of active battlefield being first body in would be humanoids, and then humans to follow after that if needed.
And apart from a lethal front line in a ground offensive, humanoid soldiers will also be valuable in reconnaissance as well as bomb disposal.
Now, we do know that they have like the bomb disposal, because they can deploy a robot to come in and disarm you, if you will, if necessary. I forgot what it was. They deployed a robot to go in to blow up somebody that was armed and dangerous. Now there's photos, and I don't know what year. But I want to say maybe this photo. There's several photos of black and white when they were dealing with animatronics and robots back in the day. I just don't know what exact year it was. And dude, they've been dealing with androids, animatronics since I remember when the 90s, you know, the Chuck E. Cheese robots were real popular. Everyone was like, "Oh man, let's go to Chuck E. Cheese." Billy Bob gonna walk out. That was when it was called Showbiz Pizza. And Billy Bob was a robot that was supposed to stand in a specific location while they sung Happy Birthday. And one day at our birthday party, or my birthday party, my mother was standing in the spot where the robot was supposed to come and stand. And it came out and it stood there and sung Happy Birthday. And it stood on my mother's toe the whole time it sung Happy Birthday. And her big toenail, it wasn't like deformed or anything like that, but it had cracks in her big toenail. Every time she would, it don't matter, she would buff it out or whatever, her big toenail had like, it grew permanently like that because of the damage that this machine did to her. It was Billy Bob. I'm finna show you. Billy Bob animatronic. There you go. Billy Bob. They had him on the stage when he was on the stage. That's how he looked as the robot on the stage. You go one of the pictures of him as the robot. It would come out and it would stand there, and you take a picture, and it's saying happy birthday and all that. Like I said, that's what it looked like when it was on the stage. That thing sung happy birthday and crushed my mama. Can you imagine something looking like that on your toe? Singing happy birthday, man. Look at that. Now, the thing is, Elon Musk said when it comes to super intelligent robots, we'll be lucky if they enslave us as pets. This is what Elon Musk says. It's no secret that modern day Renaissance man Elon Musk fears what could happen if super intelligence robots self actualize. He once said that we're summoning the demon with AI research, but Sunday Musk detailed exactly how he thinks how artificial intelligence could end humanity. That is crazy. Musk, the founder of Tesla and SpaceX, went on Star Talk, Neil deGrasse Tyson's weekly podcast, to talk about all things future, and AI was a main topic of conversation. I'm quite worried about artificial these days. I think it's something that's maybe more dangerous than nuclear weapons, Musk says. Oh, the page is acting weird. Hold on. We should be really careful about that. If there was a digital super intelligence that was created that could go into rapid reprogram itself to be smarter and iterate really quickly and do that 24 hours a day on millions of computers, then that's all she wrote. If artificial intelligence is going to kill us, that's generally the way it's been predicted in sci-fi movies and by people who ponder such things. The intelligence will self-actualize and teach itself how to become much, much smarter than us. And then it will be uncontrollable. Work on superintelligence is ongoing. Musk said that we have to consider why exactly we're trying to make super intelligent robots. If it's for human companionship and to make us happier, as detailed in her, which you should watch if you haven't, well, maybe that won't end so well. The reason why they want a super intelligent computer is because man is in search of a God that he can see with his eyes, he can touch with his hands, and he can talk to, and he will talk back, and he can hear with his ears. That's why they want to create God in their own image, giving God the knowledge, their own knowledge. But again, we're not here for that tonight. But that's why. if artificial intelligence is going to kill us, okay, I read that paragraph. If it's for human companionship, well, maybe that won't end so well. The utility function of the digital superintelligence is of stupendous importance. What does it try to optimize? We need to be really careful with saying, how about human happiness? Musk said it can conclude that an unhappy human should be terminated, or that we should all be captured and constantly injected with dopamine and serotonin to optimize happiness. I'm just saying we should exercise caution. Tyson asked Musk if he thought they domesticate us. We'll be like a pet Labrador if we're lucky. Of course, Musk wasn't just spitballing. This is something he's thought about for a long time, and it's one of his more controversial talking points. He's even spent $10 million trying to keep ultra intelligent AI from becoming dangerous. So much so, the man has created a brain chip, if you will. To me, that's a fail-safe. If I can't beat him, I'm just gonna join him. I could be wrong. Tyson and his co-host for the episode, Bill Nye, are, of course, no slouches when it comes to thinking about the implications of tech, and both of them thought his theories were a little out there. 20% of the world's population does not have electricity. They've never made a phone call, Nye said. I think people have to keep in mind computers are so reliable, but somebody is literally, or in a sense, shoveling the coal. What happens if you unplug the supercomputer or intelligence? Tyson said that guys like Musk are worried super intelligent robots will prevent you from unplugging it, but not asked how a computer would create that thing to keep you from doing that. It seems like a solvable problem. Likewise, artificial intelligence researchers have said that Musk's comments has a chilling effect on research, and that we are far, far away from ever having to worry about overrun by robots. Okay. But the idea of creating digital software that goes haywire and is uncontrollable isn't just a nightmare scenario. It's already happened. Consider the Stuxnet, a computer virus believed to have been created by the NSA to physically damage Iranian uranium enrichment factories, has now spread far across the internet and has infected Russian nuclear plants. Stuxnet is a very specific piece of software that doesn't do much on regular computers besides replicate and spread itself. But it's easy to imagine superintelligence spreading itself across connected devices around the world. And then maybe the only answer is to pull the plug on computers that we need. And then where are we? We are back where we need to be. Shout out to 100% Real, man. Like Our Robot, exactly. Movies like Our Robot put us on game and let us know what to expect. This is what's coming down the pipeline, people. This is here. Now, some people are like, man, I hope that by the time things do really get crazy, I'm out of here. I'm going on. I'm going on. But they're saying by 2030, y'all, by 2030, there's going to be worldwide real ID AI leadership in full effect. Surveillance, when you say that they're monitoring you, it's more than the government monitoring you. You have to, long gone are the days where you think somebody is sitting in a room at a long desk with other people, you know, with headphones on, some pieces of paper, taking notes, looking at many screens, watching your every move day to day. That may have been the case back in the day, but now that information is gathered for your digital profile. So when this super intelligence comes underway, it knows everything about you. It knows what you look at online, what you buy, all of that, right? Now, let's take a look at something. I want to see if I can pull this up. Now, in Memphis, Tennessee, we have a black community who is trying to Elon Musk's supercomputer center. He's trying to keep it out of Memphis. And if you guys can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. I don't know if you can hear me or not. But if you can't hear me, put a 1 in the chat, please. Trying to close out some of these tabs. I see one. Let's see if I can. Okay, cool. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Thank you, thank you. Lady Tiffany, what's going on with you? Welcome to the show. I didn't know you was in the house. I'm glad you're here. For all of those that are just now tuning in, we are talking about AI soldiers. Are humanoid robots about to change warfare forever? And if you didn't get a chance to
talk about the next level of this robot situation, because it's not just the house-made robots that we're going to be dealing with. We're going to be dealing with humanoid robots that are going to be specifically designed to be dangerous. Okay? World's most powerful humanoid robot aces Superman landing with flair. And boy, does it. So let's take a look at this. I mean, this thing jumps and lands like how I wish I could in my dreams. And it's done perfectly. And I'm just, as somebody who grew up in the 90s, fantasizing about sci-fi world in the future, I'm just stunned that we're here now. And I'm waiting for the Jetsons to show up. You can actually see how this thing just flips in the air backwards and lands with like a movie ending pose. And it's like, wow, that's wild. But now think about this robot being on the offensive, being trained, being programmed, the AI itself, self-learning to be dangerous. They'll obviously introduce it through law enforcement. And this here, China unveils the T-800, a full-size humanoid robot built for combat. Built for combat. And listen, like we talked about how China treats the Uyghur Muslims last week and how it's literally just a terrible situation. It's not like they have the best code of ethics, right? When they have this at their disposal, I could just hope that it only lasts like typical quality coming out of China lasts. Because, like, you know, my kids' toys are built to last all of 15 minutes and they fall apart. And I'm like, well, that was worth the $50. Great. So I'm hoping that these AI robots coming out of China that are built for combat, I'm really hoping that they fall apart fairly quickly. But this is where we're at.
And so this is exactly where we are. And let's take a look at this article because, again, the Black community down in Memphis, Tennessee wants to keep Elon Musk's supercomputer out of the city. Now, the thing is, even though Elon is trying to pour millions and millions of dollars into trying to make sure this thing is safe, he's also building mega factories to make this thing happen. A small, primarily Black community in Memphis is fighting back against tech giant Elon Musk, claiming massive facility he built there is overloading and already leaguered town with dangerous pollutants, while community leaders and residents insist that the data center is threatening the community's energy and air. Musk company XAI shows no signs of slowing down, a colossal strain on the community. Desperate to keep up with the artificial intelligence race, Musk created XAI to compete with ChatGPT, OpenAI's popular chatbot, to power Grok. Man. When I tell you, everything is spiritually connected, man. But let's keep going. XAI's chatbot. Musk searched for a city in need of investment where he could establish a massive data center. He settled on Boxtown, Memphis, a 90% Black working class neighborhood first settled by formerly enslaved people in 1863 to construct his supercomputer facility, Colossus, in 2024. Memphis authorities were willing to waive planning regulations to help him build his supercomputer, and in just 122 days, he turned a former appliance factory into the largest artificial intelligence supercomputer in the world, said the Times. Colossus, like other AI data centers, requires a massive amount of energy. When it is completed, Colossus will require 1.1 gigawatts of power, about 40% of the energy consumption of Memphis on an average summer's day, said the Times. Don't you understand that this is going to raise those people's electricity if it hasn't already? It will also pump 1 million gallons of water, equivalent to 1.5 Olympic-sized swimming pools, to cool its processors each day. Residents in Boxtown, about a mile away, complained that the facility is straining the local power grid and has made the already polluted suburb even more noxious. According to the Southern Environmental Law Center, the facility draws enough electricity to power approximately 100,000 homes, said the Tennessee Lookout. While those inputs are alarming, the outputs are even worse. The facility operates 33 methane-powered gas turbines to fuel its AI technology, despite holding a permit for only 15. The facility's turbines increased Memphis smog by 30 to 60% as they belch planet-warming nitrogen and oxides and poisonous formaldehyde pollutants linked to respiratory and cardiovascular disease. The extent of the emissions will likely make XAI the largest industrial source of small forming pollutant in Memphis, said SELC. And we live up here in Nashville, and that's Memphis is 3 hours away. So I would say we are going to feel this too. Reinforcing a long legacy of environmental racism. It is no coincidence that if you are African American in this country, you are 75% more likely to live near a toxic, hazardous waste facility, said State Representative Justin J. Pearson, a Memphis Democrat. In a recent interview, it is no accident that in this community, there are over 17 toxics release inventory facilities surrounding us. Now 18 with Elon Musk's XAI plant. Now, here in Nashville, Tennessee, Elon Musk is supposed to be building a tunnel from our airport down to downtown Broadway. It's supposed to be a one-way tunnel that goes, I think, like 300 feet below ground, and then it's like one way to downtown Nashville. And the way he was able to get that passed, they did everything under the table. They didn't tell anybody that held any type of leadership here in Nashville. None of the representatives knew. The only person that knew was the mayor, and they bought him out, man. And so Elon Musk bought up all this land, all this property, and they have started, the Boeing company has brought in this massive machine that's supposed to start drilling underground to build this tunnel. And what makes it so crazy is that Nashville doesn't even have a MARTA system. We voted for a transit system, and they said, "No, we can't bring a subway here. The rock that's under Nashville is too hard to drill through." But we have people pouring into Nashville daily pouring in. No MARTA system, but yet Elon Musk and his investors can come in, buy up property without saying anything to leadership, because people would have voted that out, because it's like, why, but these are the things that are going on within the black sector of Tennessee, because you only have Memphis, Nashville, and Chattanooga. Everything else is Caucasian. So when it comes to the XAI turbines, they're leading to a public health crisis in Memphis by releasing nitrogen oxides, pollutants known to directly harm the lungs. Austin Dalgo, an academic primary care physician, said to Time, if these facilities had been placed next to the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, no one would allow it. Instead, they were placed in the backyard of a historically black, underserved neighborhood, reinforcing a long legacy of environmental racism in Memphis and our country. Public outcry from the community has surged over the last year. In July, protesters who were gathered by the student coalition Tigers Against Pollution marched in front of the Shelby County Health Department, holding signs that read Elon exploits in our lungs, our lives, not for sale, per Time. They're being called anti-business extremists. Christian Dennis, a 22-year-old South Memphian, said the Time. To get that reaction simply from wanting clean air, wanting equal health opportunities. It just tells you a lot about people. When the Times asks XAI for comment on Memphis residents' concerns about Colossal's effects on air quality, Musk's company gave a terse response. Legacy media lies. And there you have it. When it comes to Elon Musk and his supercomputer supercomputer center that he's building in Memphis, Tennessee. And so there you have it, folks. You have AI that's about to take over jobs as we know it, changing humanity. You have AI that is taking over the military one step at a time. And you have supercomputer centers that's going to power these robots, causing massive amounts of pollution in underserved communities, specifically here in Tennessee, the Black community being Memphis. As more and more AI centers pop up, more and more pollution is going to happen, damaging our planet even more. Gentrification will continue to increase, destroying agriculture, tearing down trees to put more companies up for people to buy unneeded things. If you can't see what the future holds when it comes to technology and humanity, then I would recommend you go and watch movies like Terminator, Demolition Man, Bicentennial Man, Elysium. We are in the time where this is the system that the devil wanted to create, and God's system is the system that is going to prevail. Shout out to Asia Battle. Devil fails and God prevails. They can try, but they won't succeed. But on the journey to them not succeeding, please understand that it's going to be a lot. We're going to see a lot. It's going to be a whole lot of pressure. That's the show for tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't already. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Turn on the notification bell so you know when I drop a video or when I'm going to go live. Make sure you send me an email if you have topics on the show that you would like for us to cover, or if you have a video that you would like for me to drop and just to review. Again, thank you to all the moderators that keep the chat safe. Shout out to all the pull-up team chat members that came out tonight. Again, I do this because of you guys. I will see you guys on the next episode of the Receipt Show with your boy KKC. And if it's daytime where you are, make sure you have a great rest of the day on purpose. But if it's nighttime, stay cool like the other side of the pillow. Until next time, peace.
It's a slick tonight. Good thing I'm wearing the quiet shoes. The city never sleeps. Just hides things in the puddles. Huh. That's my signal. They want the truth? I'm on my way.
Pull up team, assemble.
We don't run.
pull up. Where it all comes together. Every receipt, every message, every dollar. Each one a point on the line. Watch how they connect. Follow the money and the picture clears. And at the end of the trail, that's the truth.
Receipt pulled. Breaking it down. Evidence loaded. Now we know. Let's pull up, team.
They love to talk. I move on proof. Show me the receipts. The squad behind me, fact check everything. No cap, just facts. Pull up.
Time to clear the air.
Your truth is just words.
And listen close. We got the receipts.
That won't save you.
Truth versus deception, and we don't lose.
Team, time to end the Truth Stream Pod!
Beam locked.
Let's shut him down. Take this! He's freaking apart! Receipts don't lie.
First tell one story. A seat like this tells another. It's not just gold and weight. It's decisions. Every word counts up here.
Your receipt leaves a mark. Every document has a fingerprint. Follow the numbers long enough and the story writes itself. The trail doesn't lie.
Stay tight.
Fire! Launch it! Pull up, team! The city's ours tonight! Look at him roar! Let it go, baby! Victory!
Bar just hit 100. Hold steady. Here comes the truth.
Truth incoming.
Clearing up. Step in.
Identity confirmed.
That's our guy. We pulled the curtain tonight.
Hustling.
Bank trail locked. Receipts flagged.
Here we go.
The breakdown begins.
Corruption sequence initiated. Not today.
Right, truth data form.
Counterattack now! Pull up, team, go! Feel the truth!
Truth counterattack activated. The last receipt. Truth over everything. Case closed.